Looking for a place to shine? Are you ready? Want Georgians' eyes on you? So let's go. Good Morning Georgia is here. Start your day the Georgia way. Want attention for your brand? Broadcast today only on Good Morning Georgia. Contact us today. Email us at info@thecommunicationsmd.com or call on 770-421-5598.
Tune in to Good Morning Georgia. Join hosts Audrey Bell Kearney and Derek J. Wilson every weekday at 9 a.m. for your daily dose of news, politics, business, and entertainment. From local updates to insights from affiliate partners across and beyond Georgia, we've got your mornings covered. Tune in to stay informed and entertained with Good Morning Georgia.
Good morning. Is the mic on? Our mic is on today. All right.
The mic is on.
Good morning, Georgia. Man, don't we look so refreshed and just relaxed after
Rejuvenated.
this long
It
weekend?
was long too.
Man, I done something every day. I ain't do that. Well, not
You
yet.
go to St. Simon's?
No, we did not.
Okay.
So Saturday we had our annual, I almost said Mexico, our annual Labor Day pop-up. The Greater East Side Chamber of Commerce had the
How was it?
It was great. It was hot. OMG, it was hot. It was
Humid
humid.
today though.
It was humid. Oh yeah, it was nice and breezy today. Matter of fact, we're gonna jump into that. The weather.
You been talking about your weekend?
No, I wasn't, but that was
Go
a good
ahead.
segue. And then Sunday, I took the kids and Maria and I went bowling.
What?
Oh man, yeah, we went bowling and yeah, kicked some butt. Me and Michael
What's your goal? Like a 97?
actually over 100 every time.
What's over 100?
Over
101,
100.
10, 117.
Over 100.
See, when people don't want to tell you, that means it was like 103.
I mean, I got photos. I mean, it wasn't, I'm not a bowler, so let me put that.
I know I'm a bowler. When I bowl a 107, it's like so Franklin quit, right? Franklin quit bowling. He won't bowl with us. He bowls really well. Okay, that's like my average. So we got a man. One of my teammates' name is Charles. Right, he's like 78 years old. So Franklin, when he was bowling with us, he bowls better than all of us. He might bowl. He never bowled under 150. That's low for him. He bowled 200, 211. So he bowl, right? So yeah, so he bowls. But last week. So Charles came back because Charles didn't come the first week, and I bowled a 107, right?
Mhm.
So I said to Charles liked to laugh. He's hilarious. I said, Charles, if Franklin was here right now, he'd be like this. And Charles, because he knows Franklin doesn't talk. And then when we get up there and so Charles might have a good game, we may have a good game, then we all have bad games at one time. He'd be like, so he'd be in the back behind us making all kinds of faces. I said, Charles, if Franklin was here right now, he'd be making faces at me. He'd be like, looking up in the ceiling. Franklin, he thought that was so funny. Because I had them days, where I had really good days, really good games, right? The first game may be a really good game. Not really. My first game is never really that good though.
It's like
My first game is not really that good.
I start,
Yeah.
then I get a little better, and then I start getting tired.
Game 3, my best game, mostly always.
Probably
151. Knocked it out the box. 130 some game 2, 107 game
Should
1.
be playing with bumpers.
Yeah, I don't play with bumpers. Because I'm a bowler. Go ahead.
Well, so it started. So Monica friend came, so it was 5 of us, and it started with all 5 of us bowling, and then after a while, it got down to just me, Michael, and Maria, and then before I know it, it's just me and Michael going at it. And so that's good, though. I like that. I mean, I like it when you get to an age where you can start competing against your kids. You don't have to let them win anymore. You can you can beat them, but don't feel bad.
This is a real game.
Yeah, but he won a couple of kudos to Mike. Michael, he done got better. He just surprised me. He done got better. And so,
Bowling, that's my exercise on Thursday. That's probably the only exercise I get all week.
well, he definitely.
So sad. Don't judge me. Do not judge me.
We both end up over 100 every game. So I was like, oh,
Yeah, bowling is really fun. The name of our team is called the Penn Misfits.
the Penn Misfits.
because so we've both been bowling, I think 3 or 4 years. So the first 3 years, when I was in Jersey, I bowled in the league too. The name of my team was the Twisters. Yeah, so we were the Twisters. And then 2 years, I think 2 years we bowled, we were the Twisters. And then last year, I changed the name to Penn Misfits, and we kicked butt. When I tell you we kicked butt, we kicked butt. Like we came in like out of 22 teams, we came in at probably number, I think 5. So we took on some money last year. So, but it was that we had to change the branding. Sometimes you have to change the branding. Sometimes you have to switch it up a little bit. Good morning, Uzma.
Good morning. Sometimes you do have to switch it up.
Yeah, so I changed the name. I came in. I was like, look, I'm the captain, of course. So I came, and it's not because I wanted, because nobody else stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, because she wants. She
No.
always got to be.
Nope.
Always got to be.
People don't step up to the plate, so I'm the captain.
You notice it's Good Morning Georgia with Audrey Bell Carney and then the other guy.
So listen, it was their idea to change the name to Good Morning Georgia. I had Good Morning Gwinnett. Yeah. See, he don't tell the whole truth. We got that ugly countdown thing.
All right, so let's get into the weather. Let's get into the weather. All right, so we're back into cooling phase. I don't know. We're back into another stage of fall, autumn, as is appropriately called. Everyone is in the 80s for the most part, except down south. 79 in Blairsville. That's the coolest spot in the state. Blairsville, 79. 86 in Rome, 82 in Carrollton, 84 in LaGrange, 87 in Columbus, 83 in Atlanta, 82 in Athens, 85 in Augusta, 85 in Macon. Albany is 90. They're the hottest ones in town, as well as Valdosta. They're 90 as well. On the water, on the coast, we have 85 at Brunswick and 86 in Savannah. So we are in the 80s. This past weekend, it was a scorcher, but I'm glad it rained. Got a little. I mean, well, I feel like sometimes when it's hot, the rain makes it worse. And now it's hot and steamy,
hot and muggy.
All that.
That humidity just pops up when it's hot like that.
But it was a great weekend. It didn't rain too much. So I did not go out of town. Like I say, we all day Saturday was at Alexander Park. All day Sunday we were bowling, went out to eat. Then we went bowling, and we was there for several hours. And one thing about us, we have to finish. It's like, that's how they get your money. We paid for an hour and a half. Well, obviously, by the time it got down to go, me and Michael was in the middle of a game. Hey, give us another hour. And then we bowled for another hour, and then here we go again in the middle of a freaking game. And Maria was like, "Look, this is the last game." Okay. But yeah, so I mean, it was fun because people started coming, and then
but what's nice about that, when you hang out with your kids, like we're not just competing against them, but to hang out with them, they want to hang out with you, like that part, because they're teenagers, they really don't care about hanging out with you so much. I think I spend more time with my daughter now than I ever have, and it's so funny because she and I had a conversation recently, and she talked about when I first started being an entrepreneur, how I was just like I was there, but I wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it was a little bit resentment there. She said she's good. And I was like, now you understand because you're a parent. So they change.
Yeah, I think. I can imagine what mine's gonna say when they get older, because I was definitely in my during the elementary years.
That's when it was during the elementary years. Yeah. But for her, it was like elementary all the way up.
No, you got it. I feel like, at least for me, I felt like I had to be more present going into middle school, high school.
Yeah.
Elementary, in my mind, elementary, pre-K through 5th, I need to make as much money as I can. Going up after that, I need to be around, because middle school hormones, people.
Yeah.
So yes, I took a job to stay local, so I wouldn't travel as much. And I had to be present, because especially now my daughter, she's in 7th grade.
And she's a cutie pie.
Yeah, so
she gonna have the boys call it my milkshake, bring all the boys to the yard.
Y'all saw that video where the daddy threw the milkshake out the window? That's me. We don't do milkshakes.
Oh, she's a cutie pie. So
we lactose intolerant over here.
Watch out, my milkshake.
It's snow cones.
To the yard.
that was yeah. So I can understand that the resentment, but I think as once you do become a parent and you realize that parents do the best that they can.
You know what was interesting
Most
about the conversation? So I said to her, "Now you understand." She said, "Yes, I do." That's why she tried to explain everything to her daughter. Like, mommy has to do this so you can have oysters. So my granddaughter is bougie. She's 5. Mommy has to do this so you can have oysters. You want oysters? She goes, "Yes, mommy." Well, this is why mommy has to do this so you can have oysters. And this is the conversation
That's
they
a real
had, a real conversation. So now my
uh,
granddaughter knows. Well, my daughter has to work, so she can go out and get new clothes, and she can go to the jump park, and she can have oysters when she leave the jump park. So now she understands it. So and it's a lot better. So I think that's good though, because nobody. My mom wasn't an entrepreneur. She,
Right.
she had 2 jobs, and I just knew she had to go to work so we could eat. That's all I knew. So I didn't hold that against her. For my daughter, it looked like I was home because I was home for 25 years, 27 years working from home. So it looked like I was home, not paying her any attention. In reality, I'm home working harder than I work if I was at a job. Because when you get off that job, you go home and the job is done.
Right.
As an entrepreneur, that it never stops.
No, because I was up last night. So now I didn't, the more and more I work from home, the more and more comfortable I get. I got a wireless mouse, a wireless keyboard, laptop is attached to my 60-inch TV in my bedroom.
There it is.
I'm sitting in the bed, just
Right.
and I'm loving it now because Maria. So Maria used to always complain because she an early sleeper. She like to go to bed early, and so I watch TV. Well, my mind started thinking like all this time I'm sitting here watching TV. I actually could be watching TV but doing some work.
I watch YouTube.
But
Like I'm learning at night.
I
I'm learning
I'm
about
working
something.
now. I sit up there like instead of me because I usually watch TV till I fall asleep. Now I probably do 3-4 hours of work, and then at that as I'm dozing, then I might turn on TV and don't even know what I watch.
I watch about 4 hours of YouTube University every night to the point where I get out the bed, get my phone. If you look, let me tell you how many notes I got on my phone. This is how crazy this is. If y'all think I'm playing, I ain't playing. Let me tell you how many notes. My phone has 1,120 notes
Oh yeah, that's a lot of notes.
because it's what I do at night.
She writing to herself. Self.
Don't forget this one. So I go to YouTube University every night and I take notes and I, and I have because I have stuff I have to do. So during the day I'm working. I'm working on whatever I'm working on. And someone texted me yesterday, said, "What you doing?" I said, "Too much."
Right. Right.
Too much. That's what I'm doing.
I just know I'm enjoying it. Like I say, we got the bed. I can sit up, and now I'm sitting on the TV, and it looks so much. God, the HD is great. But now I'm justifying. Hey, you know what? I really need an 80-inch now because wow, I can separate the screens in a month. We're gonna get it. But I had to find a way to justify it. At first, it was just like we don't need that. But now it's not a TV. It's a monitor.
What's crazy is I've been trying to get an 80-inch TV for the living room.
It's a monitor.
And so I've been trying to justify why. Now, I would think that my husband would want to get that because, he is a football guy, right? So our TV in the living room, I want to say it's probably a 50-inch. Back then, 50-inch was, that's what it was. Then they went up to 85. So the TV looked real small on the wall.
50-inch costs $150, Frankie. Come on now, you got to do better than that.
But we've been had it for like ever. So he was like, so here's his thing. We're gonna take I think we got a 65-inch in our bedroom. We're gonna take the 65-inch and put it in the bedroom and take the 65-inch and put it in the living room and take that. I was like, we don't need the 85 in the bedroom.
Nah,
it's too big. So just
unless you got a 3,000.
He won't do
3,000 square foot bedroom.
No.
But yeah, that is interesting though because our TV in our bedroom is larger than our living room.
Really?
65. Got 65. Well, I had a 70-inch TV and the dog broke. I didn't tell you about that when we moved.
You did not.
Yeah, so we moved. We just we had we bought a house, and so we moved. And before we had the opportunity to have the people come put the TVs on the wall, the 70-inch TV was sitting on the floor. Well, my son wanted to play fetch with the dog,
Oh God.
and
Broke the TV.
and so we have hardwood floors,
Mm-hmm.
and so my son threw the ball. The ball did not hit the TV, but the dog caught the ball and slid into the TV.
Oh my God.
And then once he slid into the TV, it cracked the TV. He hit it that hard that it cracked the TV. But then the TV fell over.
Oh my God.
So
That
there
sound
goes
like,
my 70-inch TV that was in my living room.
that sounds like something
Yeah.
off. That sounds funny. That sounds like something off of Mayhem. You know
Yeah.
the commercial.
Yeah,
Allstate. Allstate
Yeah,
commercial.
it was, and so I wasn't at home. I don't think I was home. Maybe I was upstairs. But yeah, when turn the TV on, and it was like, yeah, right, try again. So anyway, let's get into today's headlines.
Welcome to our life.
Right. MSNBC, questions surrounding Trump's mental acuity are a real 2024 story. His speech is becoming harder and harder to understand. You know, it was kind of, I guess it was hard to point it out when it was two of them, but now that it's
One.
one of them,
Very clear.
it's, I mean, but I was telling people when everybody was talking about Joe, I was like, Trump is rambling as well.
I feel like, so here's my thing about that.
Trump was showing signs as well.
He's showing signs, and I also feel like something is telling me he's gonna have a stroke. I'm just saying, because I'm not wishing it on him. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but I feel like his family is really not paying attention to like how he's going down. Like I feel like he's going down. I stopped watching it because I was like, I want the election to be over. I feel like he is going down, and nobody's really paying attention because everybody wants him to win.
Well, they say his speeches seem to be growing more discursive and difficult to comprehend by the day.
Yeah.
Those speeches are making it hard, if not impossible, for people listening to them to understand what he wants to do with his power in office. And they're reporting supposedly turning voters off. We shall see.
I feel like his family needs to really pay attention. That's all I'm saying. I don't wish anything bad on anybody. But I feel like when I'm looking at him and I'm just looking at how he's like, that's a lot of stress. That's a lot of mental stress for him. For somebody who wants to win even when they don't win. Yep. You know, so that's a lot.
Well, also he never dealt with the trauma of being shot.
So all of this stuff. And so for me, I think if it were my dad, I would like, look, just, you know, I'm not saying quit, but I'm saying quit. Because I feel like I'm worried about you right now.
I mean, definitely, because he went through a traumatic experience.
Right.
I mean, I've never been shot, but I mean, for you to get shot at, and then back at it the next day, like nothing happened. Like you never, like, I mean, dude, you almost died.
Right.
You know, you never
dealt with.
I mean, I would have been out for a week.
Yeah.
Lord, they tried to kill me.
You know, and I think that when I look at people who have lost, right, and the people that are surrounding them, nobody is telling them the truth, right? Nobody's saying, hey, you might need, and maybe they are, but you said this before, right? Maybe they are telling them, they just don't listen.
Yeah, well, he did a speech over the weekend in Pottersville, what's Maine? Pottersville, Maine, where he was just, you know, now he's saying that Michigan. I don't know, put a ME is Maine, I think.
Yeah,
Michigan. Pottersville, Michigan. He said Trump say that he has been treated worse than any president in history and suggests that assassination attempt against him was a fruit of a conspiracy. You know, so he just getting, you know, he's just going on and on. I think that's his way of dealing with it, though. Just stay busy. You know, some people, that's how they deal with it. Just keep busy.
Keep busy, but I also feel like he's really losing, like, look like some of his whatever left of his mind. Like, and people around him, they aren't really telling him. Like,
well, they might be telling him, but you know, it's just like with drugs.
Like they said, his team told him, just stick to the facts. Stick to the policies. They told me to stick to the policy.
Yeah, did he say that? Yeah.
Or do you think I should?
No.
Get fired.
Yeah.
That's what he said to his team. I was like,
And then he showed up to a town hall talking about no one told him it was a town hall. Talking about he had a speech created and all this, and he wasn't aware that it was a town hall. He talking about why don't people tell me these things?
because he fired the team on TV.
Yeah.
He told them that said the team fired. I said to myself, I wonder what his team is sitting back saying right now. Because he literally got up and said, they told me to just talk policy.
I mean,
and then he took and said, you're fired.
They collecting the check. That's all.
Yeah, I see that, but see, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, but you know what? Whatever. Because I felt like if it was my dad, it was like, look, bro, you gonna dial it back a minute. You probably not gonna win anyway.
Well, they said
I need
that
your help to be better. Because I would love to have you around.
Well, you know, his family now, even look at this time versus the first time. First time, his family was all over the campaign.
Everybody's embarrassed.
Only ones that I think that are rocking with him are the boys. You don't even see them.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing. Like, I can't even imagine what his, yeah, it's embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's embarrassing to get up there and see him talk the way he's talked. He's not making sense. You know, his speech is not the best. Like, there's a whole lot going on
like
here. And I feel like his mental is definitely going down, down, down. And at the end of the day, some people just don't bounce back from stuff like that.
Nah,
like, if he loses again, he will not, I don't see him bouncing back.
Well, that debate gonna be a flip because, you know, everybody was talking about Joe. Like the article said, the deterioration may not have been as obvious when it was Trump 78 versus Biden 81. But it's gonna be more clear now when he's going against a 59-year-old that don't even look 59.
Who has been trained to argue.
Right, she's an attorney.
Right, so
a district attorney, an attorey general. So
yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. I don't even know if
that
you watch
debate
that.
Is be
you can watch it. I know you are.
I mean, I read again 9:30.
When Biden came on, I'm texting Derek like, "Oh Lord, we're in trouble," because the first 5 minutes in, I'm like, "What just happened?" You know, so. You know, at the end of the day, I don't wish anybody any ill will. I just feel like if it was my dad, I would definitely have something to say about him being healthy. And I feel like Trump is. I feel like he's deteriorating as the days go on, and I feel like the closer we get to the election, the worse it's going to get.
Well, the fact that he, you know, the January 6th gala, just things that's not him putting it on, but it's at his hotel. Right. He definitely knows about it. It's
all that kind of crazy stuff. Like I don't even. Well, let's go because I get it.
All right. Also, in other news, see what's going on national. It's Kamala is right not to make her race and gender a rally cry. Yeah, see, so they were saying that was one of the biggest takeaways from the Hillary campaign. You know, it was all about women, and they say that was one of the downfalls. So Kamala, VP Harris, is not her campaign. Now, people may be doing that, but the campaign is not focusing on as the rally cry. Don't vote for me because I'm a woman, you know.
Right.
And I think that's smart. You know, it's one thing, which is why history needs to be taught and why it's relevant. You know, you go back, you study these things, and you learn from people's mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, Hillary ran a great campaign, but she also had some mistakes. She made some mistakes.
Right.
And I think only a fool would not go back and look at what she did, look what Obama did,
and not repeat it.
And learn from both their mistakes.
Right.
And so, I mean, are we going to DC?
Yeah, I'm going. I ain't going. Obama.
We're gonna have to
cold.
It's gonna be cold.
I know. I'm gonna say it. I hear that didn't go. Like that was one of those things I regret. Like I should have been there.
I was there.
I'm gonna put my boots on and my warmers inside my shoes and all that good stuff.
I was there. I got the photos.
Swear to God, it's just cold.
I got the photos to show. I was there. We was in the place to be.
Yeah, I wasn't there, and I regret that. You know, but this time around, God willing, I will be there.
We were there, hanging out with the Secret Service and them.
I know it's crazy.
We was there. Look at that. That's me and Secret Service Steve. That's Maria and Secret Service Steve.
Yeah, see, it's so cold, y'all.
Yeah, it was cold. I mean,
that's my only thing.
Don't she look like she's nice and warm?
You can't even be cute because it's so cold.
Yeah. It was 19 degrees. 22 was the high.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
22 was the high.
Like I was like, I ain't going in that cold. And I got to be standing outside in the cold.
Yeah, because you got to get there hours before.
I'm probably sitting on the sidewalk.
The sun was not up. Look, this is us. The sun was not up when we started.
Y'all went on the bus?
Well, we took the subway. Only way you can get into DC on inauguration day was through the transit system.
Yeah.
No cars was driving around.
I can imagine that.
So yeah, we took this. So we stayed in Baltimore, and we took the train.
I got to give me some crabs. I don't care how cold it is.
We took the train in from Baltimore to DC, and then we walked to whatever avenue it was on. I guess it was Pennsylvania Avenue because the parade is right up. And then you had to pick. You go to inauguration or you go to the parade because you couldn't do both. At least at that time.
Which one you go to?
We went to the parade.
Okay.
Because we had a better chance of seeing them, which we did.
Okay, so the parade is where I gotta go.
I mean,
it's so cold.
Yeah, because usually
I need to get there right. Yeah.
So get out at
that's scary though.
So the White House is 1600. So you need to get out at 14. I mean, you need to be at either 14 or 14 or 15.
Okay.
Because
you know how many people gonna be out there though?
I mean, it may or may not be more than Obama. Obama was having.
It's gonna be a lot. Yeah. You know, the one thing I did do a long time ago, I went to remember they had the Million Man's March?
Yep. Oh, you was out there? You out there?
I went to the women. I took Dominique. She was a little girl. She might have
Million Man March with Archie.
No, I wasn't I was at the Million Women's March in Pennsylvania.
Oh, my name was Archie.
And Dominique was little. She must have been about 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
And so everybody signed her T-shirt. We still got that T-shirt.
Where was that? Dominique, how old was that? She was there, you?
Yeah, she was little. And we had a T-shirt. She had on a T-shirt, and all these people signed her T-shirt.
I didn't realize I was that much older than that. I remember all that. I was not 6 or 7.
How old were you? You're a little bit older than she is now.
Who was the Million Women March?
I don't know.
Well, let's go to a break.
All right, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back after this break to bring you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Georgia, so stay tuned.
Why do 70% of aspiring authors never publish their work? Because they don't have Bookpreneur. Whether you're dreaming of publishing your memoir, a children's book, or the next great novel, Bookpreneur is your go-to source. Our weekly newsletter and video show offer step-by-step guidance and insider tips to help you navigate the publishing world. Don't let your masterpiece stay hidden. Join the Bookpreneur community today and start turning pages into profit. Subscribe now at www.bookpreneur.com.
Welcome to Southern Elite Contracting. We are your one-stop contractor, serving the southeastern United States. We specialize in full insurance restoration and offer an array of general contracting services. We provide remodel and restorations for kitchens, bathrooms, roofing, hail damage, fire, water, and more. Contact us today and let us restore your property.
Welcome back.
Well, Georgia Power chooses 4 sites for battery energy storage systems.
Nice.
4 locations for 500 megawatts of new battery energy storage systems are planned and under development by Georgia Power, the largest electrical subsidiary of the Southern Company. Let's see where it's going to be located at. It doesn't say where, but those are 4 facilities that they're going to do throughout Georgia. So how does that work, though? Because, I don't get my power from Georgia Power.
Neither do I.
But are all those other companies affiliated with Georgia Power?
Probably so. It's probably a collaboration.
Is Georgia Power like the provider and then they're like a...
Well, I don't know about that because we are with Jackson EMC and they are a cooperative. Which means that the members, if you got Jackson EMC, the people that actually have the service, they pay into a co-op, and then we get a check back at the end of the year.
Yeah, I never got my check.
Yeah, I always get mine every year.
It'd be worth it.
Yeah, need some crabs.
No.
I can go eat some crabs. Listen, I ain't complaining. That's a free meal for me. Eat some crabs.
I'm with Walton. I ain't never got no check.
Oh yeah, Jackson EMC to get a check. So I don't know if they necessarily buy their gas and resources from them, power from them, but Georgia Power is big though.
Yeah, they the main people, right?
Yeah.
I just thought maybe they the main and then everybody.
It could be. We don't know.
Plug into that.
Like you need to be inside that little circle to know that. I mean, somebody knows, but we don't know.
Somebody knows. Somebody knows the trouble I see.
Listen, did you know that there are nearly 12,000 students that are unhoused in Georgia?
I saw that. Isn't that
Wow,
crazy?
that is nuts. Like 12,000. So right now they're saying that across Cobb County, Clayton County, DeKalb, and Fulton County, and Gwinnett County, 11,857 students are living without stable housing. That's terrible, y'all.
Yeah.
More than enough to fill every seat in Georgia Tech's basketball stadium. Can y'all imagine that? So, I think that when you think about that, we think about homelessness. I never even thought about just kids living by themselves, like unhoused children.
Yeah, what parents?
I don't. That's a good question. Like, where are the parents?
But it's saying extended stays, doubled up with other family members,
Yeah.
couch surfing. Never couch. Well, yeah, okay. I lived
Yeah.
with family members.
Yeah.
Never lived in an extended stay. I don't know about couch surfing. Couch surfing. Everywhere I stayed at, I had a room.
Well, everybody don't have a room.
Yeah.
You remember you did the Christmas in the Park. What's it called? Christmas in the Park.
Hot Christmas in the park. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? And so you guys were able to go to extended stays and actually drop off toys. Can you kind of just share like what? Because we're coming up to the holiday seasons, y'all,
Yeah.
and this is a time of the year where everybody gets all excited. But if you're unhoused as a child, how exciting is that?
Yeah. But also, I don't think, at least for me, I didn't realize I was. I mean, I ain't gonna say I was poor because my family does watch the show. I didn't realize that we weren't as successful or as privileged as some other people until I got older and started looking back.
My brother told me that. He told me that. He said, he said we were poor. No, like we weren't poor.
Yeah.
This is a conversation he and I had. It's like we were poor. No, we weren't. Because in my mind, we weren't poor because we had everything
We
we wanted.
had everything. I mean, I grew up because I lived with my grandmother and my cousins, and so I played the Atari. I played the,
Right.
I mean, we had the
We had
Atari, we
everything.
had the
Yep.
Nintendo, we had
Yep.
the Super Nintendo, we had the Sega
Yep.
Genesis. I still
All
can't
of
get over with my cousin. My cousin came home with a B. His mama was serious about his grades. Came home with a B. She tore up that Sega. I cried like it was mine. Not the Sega, but
But that's what I'm saying. So when he said that, I'm like, we weren't poor. But in his mind, poor for him meant we didn't have a swimming pool.
but we were like I remember. I thought my
When I go
grandma.
back, when I look back, we were definitely poor.
I thought
Not
my
poor.
grandma was going to the store using Monopoly money. That was food stamps.
Food stamps.
You know, food stamps used to be actually, yeah. I thought she was paying for stuff with Monopoly money. Okay. You
I-
know,
I-
doing it?
Yeah, but I think for me, I didn't recognize it as being poor because whenever we asked my mom for something, we always got it. Now we didn't live in the best neighborhoods,
Neighborhood definitely wasn't the best.
That's not the best neighborhoods now, but shout out to all the fam out of Newark because that's where we live. But and so the other thing too, I think this is like a dead giveaway. My mom, her best friend lived down the street,
Mhm.
right across from this thing called Tri City. Shout out to Tri City because they made sure we had cheese and butter. And so she lived directly across the street from Tri City. So every so often, you get the cheese. They call it welfare cheese. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best cheese ever.
The
Anyway,
cheese and the big bucket of peanut butter.
my mom's best friend, her name was Sarah. Now my mom, they both worked at the hospital, so they had good jobs,
Right.
right? Whenever it was time for the cheese and the butter and the flour to come, Sarah got the call first, and she would call my mother. When I tell you, Derek, I hated that because that meant me and my brother had to go stand in that line and get that extra block of cheese
I
and
ain't gonna
butter.
never forget. We used to
Oh
stand.
Lord.
We used to stand in line at I think it was Edgewood Park right there, right off of South Bank in Belford, right next to Alki Elementary. We used to stand in that line and we used to get the peanut butter that came in a white can, the big bucket of peanut butter, and some government cheese. And like I said,
that cheese make the best macaroni and cheese and
Man.
grilled cheese though. I ain't gonna even front. I
Look.
don't know what it was made out of, but I just know it melted really well.
look, my grandma kept us fed.
Yep.
And then my grandma cooked. Up until my grandma passed, we didn't even eat out as much. Every now and then she'd give us $5. That's how I tell you how much $5 used to go. She'd give us $5 to go up the street. $6 because it was $3 each. She used to give us $6, go up the street to this restaurant called Timmy Chan and come back with a wing dinner. Me and my brother eat that every now and then.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So my mom used to take my brother and I out to breakfast every Saturday. She cooked a lot too, but every Saturday that was our thing. Like she would take us to dinner out for breakfast. So for me, it was like we weren't poor, but to him it was poor. And I remember my brother always saying, "I want a swimming pool." So when he
Can he
bought,
swim?
he swim.
Oh, okay.
So he bought his first house. He got a swimming pool. I can't swim, so I ain't want no swimming pool. So when I bought my first house, I didn't care about no pool. I just wanted this big house.
I
So
remember.
my house had 4 floors.
I remember I got so I was looking for a
His
house,
house was smaller though. He had 2 floors. I had 4.
but he had a pool.
We had a pool.
Yeah.
I had 4 floors in my house. The first one I bought, he had a swimming pool. So he had 2 floors and a swimming pool. I had 4 floors.
I didn't care about none of that. So look, I remember looking for a house and so talking to the realtor, and we're telling what we want. And the realtor was like, "Y'all don't want a basement?" Me and Real looked at each other. We say, "Man, we from Texas. We don't know about no basement."
In Jersey, my basement was finished. Then there was the first floor where the kitchen and everything was. In the second floor had 3 bedrooms, and then the master bedroom was on the 4th
Now
floor.
I want a basement, like being working insurance and going to people's houses and seeing some of these basements. I'm like, dang, I should have got a house with a basement.
Yeah.
Next house gonna have a basement.
Yeah.
But basement still has its issues because basement still have water leaks.
It depends on how well they constructed, because we had so they call them sun basements down here because they got real windows.
Yeah.
My basement was a basement. The window was this big.
Oh yeah, you can climb through the window.
You could squeeze through it if you could.
If you could.
It was a tiny window. So when I came down here, they was like, "That's a basement." They call it a sun basement.
Yeah, because
it
it
has
has,
real windows.
yeah, the house, like the back part is open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've seen
anyway,
that.
to understand, like, and I guess the other thing too was it was all about community too. Like, even though we were all poor living in it,
We all knew each other.
we knew everybody.
That's the thing that's different between now and then.
Yes.
But even like I said, as I got older, that's when I realized after my grandma passed is really when it became more prevalent, because kudos to my grandma. My grandma had a 6th grade education, but she had enough education to know that all her kids needed education.
Yeah.
Because I can honestly say that all of her kids were successful at some point in their life.
Yeah.
And so once she passed away and I was no longer, living with her, and I started living with some of my aunts, that's when I realized, oh, wait a minute, they got central air? What's that?
Okay, so seriously, there is no central air in Jersey. I don't care what kind of, you had to live in a mansion to have central air.
And
Regular houses, no central air.
Look, I thought my aunts were rich. Like, wait a minute, central air, central heat, what is that? I got my own bathroom, what is that? And so, that's when I realized, okay, life is a little different, get open to different, but then as I got older and older, I got exposed to more. I became grateful because like I say, now everybody on my block knew each other.
Yeah.
Even if I as a kid didn't know them,
right, they
knew my family. If I'm down there on the corner acting a fool, I guarantee you, and I remember, aren't you Veronica, boy? Get back down there. Aren't you such and such nephew?
They ain't play all that. But the sad thing about that is we have those memories, right? Yeah. These kids have memories.
Now, I don't even know my neighbors.
Right. So, and not only that, so our kids don't know their neighbors, but these kids that are homeless, they don't have them kind of memories. They trying to figure out where they're gonna lay their head at. If they run out of money for the extended stay, what happens next? So, if you want to figure out how to support some of these children and their families, there are programs out there. If you just go Google, homeless youth, figure out how to help. Derek did the Christmas in the Park a few years back. It was really nice. And I dressed up as Santa. He dressed as Santa. I'll never forget this family. It was a family, which means it had the mother, the children, and the father.
And it was raining
and cold.
It was raining and cold.
And I was like, it was packed. And so I remember this one lady came. I had a brand new coat. I had never worn. My mother bought it for me for Christmas. It was burgundy. I never worn it because
like a little meat pack?
Yeah. So you remember that? I couldn't fit it.
Oh, that's right.
Because I had lost a lot of weight, so I couldn't fit the coat. This woman comes in, she goes straight to the table and get the coat, and then she just wraps herself in the coat. She didn't have on a coat. It was cold and raining. That just touched my heart so much. So find some organization that you can volunteer for. If you can't volunteer, donate. If you got things that you don't wear, donate those things. So this way people can take advantage of that. If you can support these youth and their families if you can't do that as well. There's a bunch of, listen, we have so many nonprofits out there. Just Google nonprofits.
Yeah, we
and
should
you'll
do that
find them.
again. Christmas.
It was very nice.
It was a coat drive and a toy drive.
It was very nice.
And yep, dressed up as Santa. People came.
Yep.
I mean, it was nice. And then we took the remaining to extended stay. I didn't realize for myself. That was my first time seeing that. I didn't realize people were people with families was living in extended stay. I mean, me, when I used to travel, extended stay was like, you know, I was second home.
Yeah, I remember going to Tennessee for one of my nephew's games. He played for Vanderbilt, and we used to. Here's the thing, y'all. I used to read reviews, right? I was like, oh, it looks nice. So I saw this hotel.
All of them are not the same.
And you will know, now I know. So we go to Tennessee, and I just look. Well, it just looks so pretty.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just looking at the pictures. It's yellow and white. It's all bright and pretty and homely looking. We get up there, and everybody looked at me like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "That's what we staying." It was somebody who lived there on a regular basis. There, when I tell you, they had stuff stacked. They had a section cut out in the from the doorway to the bed, and stuff was stacked up to the ceiling. I had to walk by a couple times because they had the door open. I had to walk by a couple times to see what I saw. Right, so I kind of walked by and glanced. I said, I gotta go back again. It was stuff that was stacked. I'm talking about to the ceiling. So I had never really experienced that either until that place. And when I tell you, we was like, couldn't wait to get out of there. Like, oh my God, this game cannot be over quick enough.
Look, I remember I had to be about 12, 13. The experience of you can't judge hotels and resorts by the photos.
No, ma'am, no, sir.
So we went to this reunion. It wasn't regular family. It was like a uncle, daddy's, you know, like somebody, you know, we went to a family reunion, and it was supposed to be at this resort where they had pool, supposed to be jet skiing. Man, we get there, the pool had no water. The pool had no water. And you know, there was no jet skis. My cousin, she was the one that was pumping it up. My cousin was so upset. We didn't even sleep there. Like, I mean, we got there late in the morning, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So like my cousin, it was my older cousin, my other older cousin. So her, him, I think it was like 3 of us. We slept in the truck. My cousin, the older cousin, he slept in the back back pickup part. Everybody slept on top of the sheets, and we left first thing in the morning. And so my uncle, he come looking, you know, his sisters, he come looking for us. They're like, what do you mean they left? So he was mad.
They're not the same. I can tell you that.
When I tell you that was an experience, we remember that. That was definitely an experience. Put it back up though. Let me give a shout out to them real quick.
We just ran a commercial.
Oh, we did.
It's been running. Look, I forgot to take it down. Like they like, what are we talking about? Storm. Like it is bad weather coming. So
yeah, it's bad weather.
Bad weather's coming, but not yet. All right, let's keep it moving. We talking a lot about life today. And I tell you, memory lane. But listen, this is what this show is about. So if you wanted to get the down and hard, dirty news, you're not going to get it here. We talk about people getting shot and all that. It's not going to happen.
But we are talking about real stuff.
Real stuff.
So addiction. Oh, no.
I'll talk about education real quick. Georgia educators rolling out literacy improvement steps. What you got to say something about that?
Well, since we were talking about homeless, I was going to keep it on that somewhat route, dealing with addiction recovery. But go ahead.
We was talking about school too.
Go ahead.
The Georgia Department of Education is now implementing the Georgia Early Literacy Act, which they need that. Because you ran on that, didn't you?
I ran on a lot of things.
I remember that part specifically though.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was told that I was probably before my time because a lot of stuff I ran on, people thought I was, you know, naive, don't know what I'm talking about. And then not even a full 4 years later, well, I guess it is 4 years later. 4 years later, they're trending topics. I was talking about affordable housing. Everybody talking about affordable housing.
Definitely talking about
early education because of the statistics that were showing that over 52% of kids entering 3rd grade are not ready.
Yeah, 3rd grade, y'all.
Yeah. Well, actually, entering kindergarten are not ready. By 3rd grade is when they start figuring out the school to prison pipeline.
which is hard.
Third grade.
Say that part again, because I think people miss that
So
part.
by third grade, that's when statistics they start building prisons and beds for the
For
school
your
of prison.
kid, for your third grader, they're preparing your kid for prison in the third grade.
Yeah,
Because early education was not in place. They're changing that now. So
that's good. I mean, you have $11 billion. See right there, said it right there. Continue to decline in third grade reading proficiency.
that's crazy.
Third grade is the grade. I think that's the first year you start testing.
In third grade, okay.
Third grade.
So
And test results ain't
So
it.
for people who don't understand what we're talking about, you got a kindergarten, and people think, oh, this kindergarten is so cute, pre-K. Oh, it's so cute. They're in pre-Ks. No. This is where your kids really start to learn. Now, our kids are smart.
Kindergarten is what, age 6, but
Five.
well, legally I think it's 6. No, 6 is first grade.
Yeah, first
So
grade.
kindergarten is 5.
Yeah.
But what people fail to realize is really 0 through 5 is the most formative years.
Yes.
And if your child is at a daycare that's just watching them and not learning anything, or your
Right.
child is at home or being watched by grandma, and grandma watching soaps all day, by the time they get to school, and then technically, that's where I got 6 from, because the legal requirement is first grade.
Right.
So some people don't even put their kids into school until first grade. So imagine going 0 to 6 with no formal education,
Right.
and then you just throw them in there. They already behind.
Already behind, and you got to be able to compete. And here's the thing: by third grade, if they have not, let me tell you this: my granddaughter is in kindergarten, right? And Dominique said she hasn't got homework yet, so it's like week number 2. So they've been back to school. She said, "Yeah, I'm going to the school because she should have homework by now." So they finally get homework this week. They get the little take-home computers, but the teacher. And I said to her, okay, so let's talk about this teacher, because she sends a note home every day. They just come out of pre-K, then this whole new environment where a bell ringing, they move, not like daycare, not like pre-K where they just all bunch in a group, maybe all go out at the same time. They got to move through classes. I said, so did you meet the teacher? She's like, yeah, I'm about to go meet her too. Because at the end of the day, you're teaching, you do know that these kids just came out of kindergarten, pre-K and daycare. They're not going to come in and sit down.
Yeah, I experienced that with Monica. Michael was in daycare since 6 weeks, and then so he's been in formal education since 6 weeks. But I did experience that with Monica. I don't know if that's just a Georgia thing or what, because Monica started school in Georgia, and it was like that. Her kindergarten year, Monica has one, which still to this day irks me. She has one discipline infraction on her entire record, and it's from freaking kindergarten.
Wow.
I told them I was so upset.
Right.
I'm like, are you serious?
Right.
Kindergarten. But then it was things. So I have educators in my family, school teachers, principals, all that. It was things that they were doing, the teacher was doing, that had my family question, like, how long have they been teaching kindergarten?
Right.
Not teaching, because teaching third grade and second grade is not the same as teaching kindergarten. And one of the things that really stood out to my aunt in particular was one time they called, and they called Maria. They didn't call me, but I used to travel in elementary. They called Maria, and in the voicemail, Monica in the background screaming at the top of her lungs, and the teacher was, talking, and Monica like, no, don't call me. And Mom was like, okay, clearly this teacher has never taught kindergarten. You can do that. You can do that in third and fourth. Call your parent.
Right.
Sit down.
Right.
You won't call your parent. You don't do that to the kindergarten, because every child gonna be screaming and crying, hooping and hollering in the background, all this and that, because nobody wants their parent.
Right.
And then so Maria used to go up, she started going to lunch, doing lunch. But then by Maria going to lunch, she realized, okay, this is a class full of children who've been at home for the past 4 or 5 years.
Right.
And so she had a class full of discipline issues.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so, and they messing with each other. And so it got to the point where, Maria's sitting there having lunch with Monica, and the kids making fun of Monica.
And the thing, something too, Derek, I'm thinking way back. Think back to, like, a lot of times we get caught up in, like, certain things. So when Dominique was in daycare, she went to a daycare, and her grandfather would pay for the daycare. So we didn't have to worry about that. So because of who he was and who she was, Somebody met me in the parking lot one day, scared the daylights out of me, asked me for money. That worked at the daycare. Met me in the parking lot. I freaked out because I freak out. And I told her dad, we're taking her out of this school and we put her in a private school. Because I figured she can go to a regular school. She couldn't. So we put her in a private daycare. Fancy. Real fancy there. I'm talking about fancy. They had a little young, just so fancy. When she got out of there, we moved to like the suburbs and we put her in a good public school. And my brother took and put my nephew in the same school. I was like, hey, you might want to put him out because she's behind all the first graders and she just came from a private school. So all of these things, pretty does not mean smart. Pretty does not mean they're teaching you. I don't care if they got carpet on the floor and flat screen TVs and monitors everywhere, does not mean they're teaching your kids. So you got to also, what you're saying right now, get involved in your kids' education.
Yes, get involved, because once Maria got involved, and then, I'm always the last hope. Once I get involved, that means it got to a point where Maria couldn't handle it no more or was frustrated. But then I got involved, and then we haven't had any problem. What I got involved was when, here we are putting a kindergarten who's never been in school before in some, they call it opportunity room, which is basically in school suspension. And then talking about, it was on her record. It got so bad because Monica was at this school from kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade. It got so bad that her assistant principal at that time, and when she was in kindergarten, she never spoke to, like, I gave her, I chewed the whole administration staff out. When I tell you that assistant principal never spoke to me from the entire time Monica was at school. Every time she saw Monica, she'll speak to Monica, but never spoke to me. Don't worry, I bet you know who I am.
Yeah.
I bet you know who I am. And my child has never had a problem in school since.
Yeah. So we said all of that to say
Georgia's finally.
Yes, finally.
Doing some early literacy act during the past school year. Now it's time to implement legislation. The Georgia Assembly passed last year aimed at improving the quality of early reading instruction. That's great.
That is great.
I think Gwinnett County started to have a couple of early childhood centers, or maybe I don't want to misspeak, but I believe they're doing some type of pre-K. Pre-K and kindergarten is mandatory. Sixth grade. First grade is what's mandatory in the U.S. But that's also, I also feel like that's why we're so far behind. And China, man, they teaching them babies learning 3, 4, 5 languages at 2
years old, and they meditate at 3. They take whole hours to meditate. So that's why we're so far behind. And but this is a good thing. So we're glad about that. We're glad that early childhood education is important to the state of Georgia, and they're doing something to support that. All right, we're gonna go to a commercial. I feel like we just been off topic all morning.
That's all right.
It is. We just been
talking
real life today, y'all.
Life. It's gonna
come back rejuvenated from the weekend.
I got 2 more stories. Real deep.
Okay, we'll be right back.
In a world where business and sustainability intersect, the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce, or GWC, stands as a beacon of empowerment and innovation. Our mission: to empower women in business while fostering a culture of sustainability within our community. We're not just about business growth. We're about eco-friendly practices, about encouraging a healthier, more sustainable future for all. Through innovative tools, equipment, and education, we're supporting the success of women entrepreneurs and promoting a greener tomorrow. Our vision stretches beyond the present. We see a future where GWC is a leading force in the promotion of women's entrepreneurship and environmental stewardship. A vibrant community where women in business thrive alongside a commitment to sustainability. We're making the Gwinnett region a model for inclusive economic growth and ecological balance. We are the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce, where business meets sustainability. Join us in shaping the future.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome.
If you
back.
guys are local, the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce is having its Meals Over Money this coming Thursday at 8:30 a.m. We're going to be at the 1818 Club on Sugarloaf Parkway in Duluth. So every month, the Gwinnett Women host a Meals Over Money where we talk about financing. This month, we're going to be this whole series. This series is going to be based around how to invest in the stock market, even if you only have a small amount of money. When I say small, like $25. A lot of people don't even think they can invest $25. They think it's not enough. If you can manage to budget out $25 into your budget, you can actually start to learn how to invest. So our speaker, who is going to be Carolyn Shoemate, she's a financial advisor for many, many, many years, helped a whole lot of families secure the family's future by learning how to invest. So this coming Thursday, 8:30 a.m. at the 1818 Club, the Gwinnett Women's Chamber is hosting this Meals Over Money. And you're welcome to come. For more information, go to the website, GwinnettWomen'sChamber.com. You can register there, and it's really inexpensive. And the information that you normally get from these type of events is so amazing. We had one speaker that come out one day, Derek, when I tell you, it was some money folks in that room too.
Oh, yeah.
It was some money people in the room who did not understand trust, and they had a lot of money. They didn't understand how your property is passed over if you have a blended family. It was such a great event. That's one of the events that I talk about all the time, because even I didn't know some of the things that they were saying. And some of the people that were in the room had a lot of money, and they did not know that. And I always feel like, well, if you got money, you should know these things. They don't know. And I remember like people saying, I gotta go home, I gotta go fix this because this is wrong. So I gotta figure this out. So when you think about, let me tell you something. One of the things I know for a fact, you got investment accounts, like stocks and stuff? Okay. So my husband and I, we kind of look at these accounts all the time. He's like, so we were talking the other night, he's like, one of his accounts. So I got one account that does better than one of his accounts, right? So he's bragging, like, yeah, man, like such and such. And I'm like, mine already did better than that already, right?
Been there, done it.
But the thing about that is, it's a little bit that you put in and it just compounds over time. But if you don't understand it, you don't get the education, you never know that. And so I won't ever touch those things. They will just sit there forever, because that's just how I am when it comes to certain things. And they're going to keep growing. I'm going to keep feeding it, and it's going to keep growing. And I'm probably going to pass it on, because it's probably going to be there when I'm gone. So I'm probably going to pass it on to the kids. When you think about stuff like insurance, right? A lot of people who are rich, did you know this? They create these family banks. You know how they create them?
Through insurance.
Through insurance.
Yeah.
So they put these $1 million policies on family members. Now, what's crazy about that's a little scary for some folks, but they put these policies on family members, and when they pass, that money goes into the family bank. So they never have to borrow money from a bank. They can go to the family bank. I met this woman. We did a book signing. I think it was last year. This year, it might have been this year. We did the book signing in Tennessee. And there was a woman, we went to her bookstore. She had a beautiful bookstore, which I was like, this is so beautiful. But she was on a block in Tennessee, and that whole block of family on the block. She was a Black woman.
Oh, wow.
And she said, we have a family bank. My grandmother said, we don't go to a bank and ask anybody for anything. We have a family bank. So they own all the buildings on the block.
Mm.
So, these things are important, and you look back and say, well, I could have, I should have. These are the opportunities that you have right at your fingertips to be able to learn how to do these things, even if you can just squeeze out $15, $20 a month. It's going to compound over time, because the stock market is always going to be there. It may crash every now and again, but you got to remember, you invest for the long haul. It's not for like, I'm going to invest right now, I'm going to get rich and get out. That's called day trading, and that's a whole nother story. And I got somebody who want to know that story. I got somebody to teach you how to do that.
Yeah. Now, I mean, our accounts is with Fidelity Investments.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Fidelity.
I like them.
I do too.
I like them.
We had I think we got one through Fidelity, and I think we got a Vanguard.
Back in the day, I had E-Trade and didn't like them.
Yeah. And I got a bunch of crypto accounts.
I did that, but I was a waste of money.
I don't know, my money's still sitting there. I got a bunch of those. Like when crypto came out, I don't have a right crypto account. I should have had a Bitcoin, like at least one.
Yeah.
God darn.
Well, look, Addiction Recovery Tour Bus set stops around Northwest Georgia this week. The Georgia Recovery Bus will stop in Rome and several other Northwest Georgia communities this week. The opposite of addiction is connection, said the tour bus manager. This historic bus tour will break down the stigma surrounding addiction and show that Georgia supports the people impacted by the addiction epidemic. you know, so I grew up in well, I was born in the 80s and I grew up in the 90s. So I guess I was born in the middle of the crack it's pandemic, epidemic,
Yeah.
and all this and that. But I find it mighty interesting that, back then it was a criminal thing. Now it's all this love and support and now it's a health thing. What was all this when it was black folks?
Well, you didn't have people that really understood it.
No, it didn't affect
Well, other communities.
yeah.
Okay.
This opioid is affecting not only just minorities, but it's affecting them and the white people, and it's affecting them in droves.
Yeah.
And now it's a health issue. When it was crack, they didn't care about it. Lock them up. They're a bunch of animals. And not to mention, crack was put in our community, but we ain't going to talk about
I know.
it. I think Easy E had the best line ever. He said, "We got drugs from Russia." He said, "No, we got drugs from Colombia, and we got guns from Russia, and I ain't never been out the country."
Hmm. Say that again.
He said, "We got drugs from Colombia and guns from Russia." And I think his exact line was, "We got drugs from Colombia, guns from Russia, and I don't even have a passport."
Mm.
How I get it?
Right.
Think about that.
Right.
But anyway, the free public event is funded through the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disability. See, now it's behavioral health. The number one cause of death in America, including Georgia, for people 18 to 45 is overdose. The good news is that recovery is real. There are over 900,000 people in communities across Georgia in recovery from addiction. Wow, that's a large number.
That's a lot.
The Stop in Rome is billed as a recovery rally. It is set for 6 to 8 p.m. Thursday at Heritage Park. That's 255 Joel Frost Drive. Plans are for a celebration with free food, entertainment, and fellowship highlighting local people in recovery, families impacted by addiction, and allies who support recovery. The bus goes to Somerville, Ringo, Calhoun, Cartersville, among other cities over the following 2 days. Different types of activities are planned. So that's good. Like I say, I mean, I'm directly affected by it. So
Yeah. Hey, listen, over in Gwinnett County, I done missed I'm late today with Gwinnett County news. Anyway, Gwinnett County Police Headquarters in Lawrenceville is getting an upgrade. Yep, upgrade. Gwinnett County will use SPLOST money, which stands for Special Purpose Local Options Tax, to fund the redesign of the Gwinnett Police Quarters in Lawrenceville. The upgrades are to address current and future space requirements. Listen, the more people you got, the more space you're gonna need, because you're gonna have some crime. So you need the space for people to do the time if they do the crime. So they're getting an uplift. Yeah.
All right. So Georgians encouraged to take action during National Preparedness Month. Georgia has entered the peak of hurricane season, but that's not the only type of disaster people should be preparing for right now. National Preparedness Month began on Sunday and it's all month long. The Georgia Emergency Management and Homeland Security is encouraging residents to take proactive steps to enhance their ready kits, update their communication plan, and prepare for potential emergencies. We said this. We've said it so many times.
Because you just don't know how it's gonna pan. Like people don't. Here's the thing. Like we had a small. This was right before. What was it, Debbie? Right before Debbie.
Yeah.
Like Debbie hadn't even hit where it was gonna hit, but we had rain here. Knocked out the internet, knocked out some of the power.
Yep.
So you need to be prepared. I'm trying to tell y'all. Next week, when I come back next week, I'm gonna have a link to my affiliate program so you can get you some satellite phones and some solar panels. It's gonna be right in the description of the show.
Well, so every week of this month, they have themes. This week is plan ahead.
Yeah.
So next week is make a plan. Week after that is build a kit, and the last week of September is stay informed. So there's different, for tools and tips and family community ready for disaster. Visit www.gema.georgia.gov. I'm not saying all that. Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah, go to which is Georgia Emergency Management. So www.gema.georgia.gov, and then you can find more information there. Also, you can reach out to your local emergency management director.
Listen, let's talk about some football. Shout out to Grayson High School. They did it. They spanked them people. They spanked that team. That was that was a spanking. I
What
can't
was the score?
like 58-7 or something.
That's hard.
That's how, yeah, that's a bad score.
That's
They spanked. My nephew got a pick six. Shout out to Jalen Bell picking up the pick six. Let me tell you about my nephew, right? So I have two nephews, and my oldest nephew, who is a college football coach at West Virginia, he's a college football coach. When he used to play ball, he's very humble.
Mhm.
When you're around him, he likes to laugh. Like me and him must text each other more than anybody. He's always texting me something funny. He likes to laugh. But when it's football time, he's very serious. He doesn't like when the coach say do something, he does it. You know, he's always been that kid. This kid right here, this baby one, you know, a whole nother level. So he gets a pick six, and then we see him on the video. He's standing on the band conductor stand. He's conducting the band after we get the pick six. He's just different. And then he flew out from that game on Friday night. He flew to Indiana, he and his parents, so they can watch the first Indiana football game, which is where he's going to be attending college, where he has a scholarship come January. So they flew out to them, but he's different. So, and I said to my brother yesterday, I was like, hey, Jalen is different. He's like, oh, Jalen is real different. And he said, but Indiana loved it. So shout out to Grayson. Also, Southwest Academy, they beat the snot out whoever they played too. They played Chamblee. And yeah, they beat them though.
Chamblee is
61-7 or something.
Well, Chamblee is a specialty school.
I don't know, whatever it is. They need some help over there. They got spanked. And then secondary. They got brains?
Brain.
Oh.
It's a specialty school.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know they got spanked.
Things like an engineering, science, technology.
Oh, okay. Well, they need to put some of that engineering, that technology into the game board.
I mean, they got all the plans.
They need to implement them.
They just not able to execute.
They need to execute. Secondary, on the other hand, secondary is going to be a force. I need to see Grayson play them. They don't won again. They beat Archer last week.
I tell you, they have the way they drew it. They probably rezoned and took some of the people from some of the Archer and whatever.
Yeah.
And
that secondary, like game number 2, they done took the game 45-10. Like, wait a minute, what's happening right now? So listen,
they own it.
Grayson, y'all better look out, because secondary, you know,
3-0.
3-0. They ain't playing no games. That record looking good right now. We just at the beginning of the season, but that's what you need. You need to take them. Now, some of the games are easy. I don't think Archer was an easy game, though.
No, Archer was unsuspected. They didn't think that.
Yeah, so anyway, secondary, I got to go watch one of the secondary game. Matter of fact, I might go this weekend because I want to go to Charlotte. They're playing in Charlotte this weekend.
Yeah, so what's up with the high schools travel?
I don't know, but I really want to go, and I'm trying to get my husband to take off, which is like trying to pull out good teeth. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Robert Welch.
Good teeth.
Yes, you know, you're trying to pull out a good teeth. Like, that teeth is good. It's rooted because it's good. It's not one of them shaky ones. It's like trying to get him to like leave that job. It's like, you know. Anyway, shout out to my brother-in-law, Rob. So Rob is my brother-in-law. He watches the show every day. I didn't know that.
Hey, Rob.
Rob is the best brother-in-law ever. Rob is the brother-in-law. He's a Libra, by the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so my brother's a Libra. Derek is a Libra. Rob is a Libra. He got a birthday coming up.
Great man.
He is a great man. But that's what I was going to say. October 8th.
Oh, okay.
I think I got it right, Rob. I think your birthday October 8th. Rob is one of the people that calls me, sends me a text on Mother's Day, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas. He's always that person.
Are you the only sister like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got other in-laws that don't even say anything. So I gotta give him. Yep. So
I totally understand.
Yeah, I got other in-laws that don't say cat boo nothing. Not him. So shout out to Rob. So be watching this morning, big brother. Hey, all the way in Jersey. He got a pool in his house too. That's the Libra thing, I guess. Yeah. You want a pool? Can you swim?
I can't swim in the ocean.
Okay.
I can swim in the pool.
I can't even swim in the bathtub.
So I don't like wave pools. I ain't got time for that. That's too much work.
Yeah.
Just give me a regular pool. I don't need all these waves and currents.
I tell my husband all the time, Rob is the best brother-in-law ever. Like, he is.
How many brothers he got?
He's got one.
See, look at that. He probably a sister he always wanted.
No, he had 3 sisters.
Oh, okay.
So it's just 3. It was 3 girls. right? 3 girls and 2
I'm trying to
boys.
make an excuse.
Nah, he's one of those people. Like I have a few people that always check in. Like my cousin Wayne, like he's my cousin that always checks on me.
I know my family.
And my cousin Daisha. Like I got 2 cousins that are like the best. They always check on me. And I do the same. You know, I'm busy, but I try to remember, like I gotta call my cousin when I finish the show. And then I try to remember to say happy birthday to Rob and happy Father's Day and all these things. But when it comes to like general holidays, he beat me to the punch all the time. Yeah.
Man, I know my family. They love them some Maria.
See, you know? That's nice.
I mean, now they had to pick a side. You know.
Oh wait, have you seen the TikTok? Wait, Derek, you gotta watch the TikToks, right? So the TikToks is having the family, having the spouse or the other person call one of the family members and say, hey, such and such said they was with you. Let me speak to them. Now this is their family.
Oh yeah, they're gonna hold on, in the restroom.
One guy told his sister, she called for a boyfriend, whatever his name. He said he was with you. Can I talk to him? She go, oh, he said, hold on a minute. Oh, he just fell out the car. Hold on a minute. And the phone went dead. And she looking like, you gotta be kidding me. The phone goes dead, right? So he called the boy and goes, where you at? My sister looking for you. She said, you say you were with me. He goes, what's up? He's like, we need to go to Walgreens because I told you, I was down laughing, but so then he turns around and calls her friend, right? And the friend goes, now this was the crazy part. He calls a friend on the phone and he said, whatever her name, she said she was with you. Say, yeah, I'm not by my phone right now. She's talking on the phone. I'm not by my phone right now. Let me go get it and I'll call you back. Let me go because I'm not by the phone right now.
What's still on the headset? She
could have been, but that was so funny. He was like, so then she called the friend like, hey, where you at? Because such and such just called me. She goes, just tell them I'm in the bathroom. I wait up and all. She's like, I don't want to be calling back saying all that. It was so funny. And so he's with that thing is so funny. So yeah, I
got a friend.
Maria probably call your people. They probably take up for her.
It depends on how she worded. If she say Derek said, then maybe. But if she just call him up, be like, hey, what Derek at? I don't know.
Right. but they all said he said he was with you, and they like, oh yeah. When that boy said the friend fell out the car. That thing, and then he said the nerve to say the friend fell out the car and kicked his phone. You had to hear the story. It was. She said, "You'll never leave what happened." When he fell out the car, he kicked my phone.
I don't think my aunt's would. Now maybe a cousin, but my aunt ain't gonna cover. I ain't seen it.
She ain't with me.
I ain't seen.
What?
But so we went on a family cruise in March, and so one of my aunts. So we going to the restroom. We walking to the restroom. I've been married for going on 20 years now, and so I kind of miss signs when people flirting. And so we walking, and so all I heard was, "Is that your wife?" Obviously, that's my aunt. So I'm like, "Nah, that ain't my wife." I'm thinking somebody just asked a question. Then my aunt was like, "Get out the way, he married." Wow, man. And so I had to use the restroom. So I kind of left my aunt there doing whatever she doing. I had to the restroom. So I come out. She wasn't around, so I guess she was in the restroom. So I wait till she come back. Man, the whole way back to our cabana, she talking about, yeah, man, that chick tried to snatch you up. I had to let her know. I'm like, yeah, see, so they don't play about that.
You've been out the game too long.
I didn't catch it. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, she talking like that. Why you worried about who I am? All this
right.
I was
like, what you want to know for?
I was like, oh, okay. Missed all that. Maybe my bladder was blocking my brain because I was like, nah, that ain't my mom. I mean, my wife. What you mean?
Right.
I'm feeling like my wife. But like I say, I didn't catch that because I was, I've been out the game. Now, if I was younger, I would have been like, nah, baby, that ain't my wife.
You said it like that, you wouldn't have got her either.
Nah, baby. Nah. Oh, no. But look, do we want to jump into some serious news, or we gonna do some?
We got 7 minutes.
Okay, well, look, this is serious. This is a health announcement.
Okay.
The HIV/AIDS crisis is not over. Georgia is one of the leading states showing an increase in cases. The HIV health crisis is still with us. because it's serious. It's breaking news.
It's serious. It's breaking. He's screaming
The,
too.
the HIV/AIDS health crisis is still with, I ain't gonna say us, it's still present here, especially in Georgia. And for Black people, the numbers are alarming. According to National Statistics, CDC, this is not the time to return to the days of free
love.
love. You know that?
That was back in the flower shop days.
Days of free love of the 1960s with unprotected sex.
I wasn't even born.
Yeah, he wasn't born, but I ain't never heard of that free love.
Yeah, that's like back in the hippie days.
Oh, I know. Okay. Well, officials of AIDS Atlanta and the AIDS Healthcare Foundation met recently with members of the Atlanta news media for assistance in getting the word out that the rising number of HIV cases among Black people in Atlanta and Georgia. Joining Georgia on the list of the nation's highest HIV infection rates are Florida, Nevada, Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi. What are y'all doing?
Why all these? Why
southern states?
Southern states. I was just about to say that.
Except Nevada. Well, we know why Nevada. That's Las Vegas. Prostitution is legal in Nevada.
That's true.
But yeah, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi. What are y'all doing? Why Alabama out there?
Alabama said we ain't in it.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing. We just sleep without.
It's like, yeah, you stupid.
We know we safe over here. Anyway, if you from Alabama, I do apologize. And do you know what else? What else these states have in common? Oh, I'm not going to read that part. But it does say that all the states have governors who refuse to expand Medicaid. We're going to do that. Wow. The expansion of Medicaid is critical in the fight for rising HIV rates, according to AIDS Atlanta executive. Unfortunately, some states are carrying the heaviest burdens of HIV. Several southern states did not expand Medicaid. All of these things are adding to the perfect storm. Leadership matters. HIV rates had their biggest drop during COVID. I wonder why. During COVID, and between 2019 and 2020, the rate shot back up to pre-pandemic levels in 21 and continued to increase. Oh man, they got a chart. All right.
And I think, do you think that rising too because people feel like they do have like medications and all that stuff that are available now? Whereas back then, I remember coming out of high school, it was really prevalent back then. I remember this girl we went to high school with. I used to work in the hospital, so when I went to high school and went to college, I came home and I worked in the hospital with my mom, and I worked in X-ray. And I remember this girl came in. She was like one of the fly girls in high school, you know. She comes in the door to get an X-ray, and she walks in. I'm saying, no, remember, this is only like 2 years, 3 years out of college. Mm-hmm. I mean, out of high school. She walks through the door, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, she looks familiar. That she had lost so much weight, and she was so frail because she had so AIDS, so HIV, when it's untreated, becomes AIDS. A lot of people don't know that. So she
like
had
Magic Johnson never had AIDS.
He never had AIDS. She had full-blown AIDS. I almost did not recognize her. The only way I recognized her was by her name, and I was like, that is her. So all my friends worked in the hospital. Like me and my best friends, Angie, Rosa, we all worked in the hospital. And so Angie admitted her. She registered her because she worked in registration. Rosa worked in ICU, I worked in X-ray. So when she came in, she was almost unrecognizable, but she had this thing that they used to get in their mouth that was real bad. Like everybody who got full-blown AIDS must got that thing in their mouth. And it was just so sad to see her, like from where we were in high school to where she was now. So now you don't see a lot of that because of the medication. Back then they didn't have medications. I remember when we first moved to Jersey, my mom had a boyfriend, and he had never left the country. She took him to Jersey, and he lost his mind. And he met this woman, and never left Georgia. No, she took him to Jersey. She took him to Jersey, and he lost his mind. It was like freedom, right? Yeah. And he met this woman, and he thought that she was the best thing for him, and she gave him AIDS. And I remember I was pregnant with Dominique when he died. Dominique was born the next month. He died in May. She was born in June. But there was no the medication. And I remember calling his niece, who was one of my best friends in Georgia, and I said, this when he first said, something's wrong with your uncle. And they was like, nothing is wrong with him. I was like, no, something's wrong with him. His nails are black. They had turned black like his keyboard. And because I used to still talk, even after he and my mom broke up.
Good thing they broke up.
Yeah. And I called and I said, something's wrong with him. So the family came to Jersey to see about him, and it's like nothing's wrong with him, and he died. But I said all that to say that the medications now, I think people feel like they can still be free. And you still got some people who just don't care. They're not gonna ever take precautions. They just don't.
It's what you said. So unfortunately, the statistics shows that HIV rates of Black women in Georgia have been increasing since the pandemic. The majority of those women live in Metro Atlanta. HIV rates of Black women are 11.4 times higher than white women. Those rates are also increasing for women in Georgia who live in poverty. Statewide, 10,928 Black women are living with HIV.
Wow.
In Metro Atlanta, among Black women age 13 and up. Why they start anyway? The age of Black women age 13 and up. The Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Alpharetta metro area ranked at the top with 6,602 people diagnosed with living with HIV.
So 10,000 in the state and 6,000 living
in Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Alpharetta metro area. As far as Gwinnett, 626 have HIV/AIDS.
Ooh, that's alarming.
So they say, why is Atlanta and Georgia at the top of the list? HIV rates.
They've always been at the top, though.
Well, they blaming it on, I mean, I don't think this should be a political thing. That's why I'm not reading anything that has anything to do with politics.
No, it's a health issue.
Yeah.
And I think it's people just not understanding they still need to take the necessary precautions to keep themselves safe and their partners. And some people just don't care. So that's okay. We finished with that.
Yeah, he says, I ain't gonna read that either. You see that?
I can't see it.
Well, I tell you,
I don't have my good glasses on today, y'all.
Good glasses on.
Everything is a blur right now.
All right, well, that's it. We're going to, real quick, what's going on? Nothing really. Karaoke night Thursday in Macon, JBA 491 MLK Boulevard, and the rest of the stuff is later on during the week. We can talk about it tomorrow.
All right, we're going to our last commercials, and we'll be back so Derek can give you all the words of inspiration for the day, so stay tuned.
MD Communications Group, a complete networking hub. Trend technologies to your way. Struggling with your network provider? Bad internet, television, and mobile phone services? Let's resolve this together with MD Communications Networking Hub. Slow internet, bad television, bad cell phones, services, and want to save more? Choose us. What makes us unique? Economical deals, distant coverage, best rate, fastest speed and bandwidth, maximum channel options, clear signal coverage. Stay stress-free. Try our best residential and commercial high-speed internet, television, and mobile phone services. Let us manage your stress. Contact us today. Visit our website, thecommunicationsmd.com, or call on 770-421-5598.
Hey there, creative souls. Are you ready to unlock your full potential and join a community that truly gets you? Welcome to the Indie Creative Collective. Imagine a vibrant space where podcasters, musicians, video creators, writers, filmmakers, and so many more come together. This isn't just any group, it's a free, membership-based collective that meets monthly, offering a treasure trove of opportunities for collaboration and exchange. Here, passion is the driving force. Every member is deeply committed to their craft and keen on monetizing their skills. Picture this. Each gathering is a stage where you can present your current projects, showcase your ongoing work, get constructive feedback, and elevate your art to new heights. But that's not all. These meetings are a goldmine of industry insights. We share what trends are making waves and which practices to steer clear of. This open exchange ensures that you're always in the loop with the latest knowledge and best practices in your field. The Indie Creative Collective is more than just a network. It's a breeding ground for innovation, a support system for creatives striving to make a living from their art, and a hub for like-minded individuals to connect and create together. Whether you're an established creative or just starting out, this collective is the perfect place to find inspiration, enhance your skills, and connect with fellow creatives committed to turning their artistic endeavors into profitable ventures. So what are you waiting for? Join the Indie Creative Collective today and embark on a journey of creativity, collaboration, and success. Stay creative, my friends.
Derek always say that part, right? And I forgot it says that. Stay creative, my friend. Hey, listen, if you are creative, please join us next Wednesday. We're going to be at Tacos and Tequila in Snellville, Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. Listen, if you're a podcaster, an author, an artist, a musician, you're a poet, you like to spit, come out, check us out. I think this is going to be so much. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So take the center stage, show us what you got, show us what you're working with. Also, I wanted to talk about the Atlanta Book Expo real quick before we shut it down. So one of the things I'm excited about is the Atlanta Book Expo. This is going to be an opportunity for authors and to come out and share their stories and share their books and do book signings. Also for them to also find out how to market and grow their books. I got some great guests that are going to be taking the stage to facilitate workshops and panels and fireside chats. So it's going to be really exciting. So for more information about that, that's going to be April 2025. Here's why we're putting it out there right now, because we know this place is going to fill up quick. Just like we knew it was going to fill up quick with Macy's, it's going to fill up quick with this. So if you want to be a part of the Atlanta Book Expo, go to the atlantabookexpo.com, the atlantabookexpo.com, the atlantabookexpo.com for more information. If you're an author, check it out. Come out, share your book with us. I'm looking forward to it. I got a whole series I'm writing, so I'm excited about that.
I'm creating a coloring book.
You should. They make more money than anything.
Is that author though? Do I count as author?
Yes.
Ain't gonna be no words.
Ain't gonna be no words, but they make a lot of money.
We're gonna have some pictures.
So we're gonna have people talking about coloring books, journals, how to create coloring books, how to create journals, how to create ebooks, all these great things in this space. Because here's the thing, a lot of people don't even understand that there are a lot of opportunities right now in this space. Amazon, you got all of these digital platforms, you can sell your stuff. I'm excited about that. I'm working on a fiction series. I've never written fiction a day in my life. So I got a whole 7-book fiction series that I'm working on. And I also got the Bookpreneur too. So if you want
7 books.
I know that was just like
but why are you waiting till all 7 is finished?
No, I'm not waiting till all 7 is finished.
Oh,
no. I'm about to release them in 1 month.
Not even a month. Do it strategically how they did Harry Potter. Now she did hers so strategically that she made money for over the course of 20 years.
I'll make 20 years. They're gonna turn into movies. You know what's interesting? My nephew reached out and he said, Auntie, you writing a book? I was like, Trey, I've written 7. This is fiction though. He goes, oh, okay. So I've never written fiction, and I call it creating because I have some assistance with this one. Everything else, I sat down at my computer and I dumped my brains and I did it. With these fiction books, I got some assistance, but it's gonna be an exciting time. So if you want to know more about becoming a bookpreneur, go to thebookpreneur.com. That's the newsletter. The newsletter is free. If you want to know more about the Atlanta Book Expo, go to the atlantabookexpo.com. All right, I'm done.
Good morning, Georgia. After a long and fun Labor Day weekend, it's time to ease back into the week with energy and focus. Today is a fresh start, a chance to reset, recover, and get back on track. Take things one step at a time, stay positive, and remember that even after a break, you have the strength to tackle whatever comes your way. Embrace this Tuesday with a renewed spirit, and let's make the rest of the week just as awesome as this past weekend was.
All right, listen. Thank you guys for joining us. We had a full house today, so thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to everyone who stuck around to listen to us just talk about life today. I don't feel like we covered a lot of news today, but listen, sometimes we need to talk about life. So thank you for joining us and sticking around. We'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. 9 a.m. God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to and watching Good Morning Georgia. To become an affiliate partner to report on what's happening in your community, leave us a message by going to www.goodmorninggeorgia.org. Be sure to subscribe to the show and share it with a friend. Do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/@Good Morning Georgia today.